It was 1851. A grand sailing ship, the Sea Serpent, vanished in the Atlantic Ocean. It was headed for London with Captain Alistair Croft at the helm. He was a tough captain, as strong as the wood his ship was made of. But the Sea Serpent, her crew and everything on board, were lost in the Bermuda Triangle. It was like the ocean just swallowed them up. Everyone who sailed was shocked. The ocean could be calm one minute and dangerous the next. Sailors whispered the story of the Sea Serpent as a warning about the dangers of the Bermuda Triangle. The ship, once a symbol of adventure, became a ghost ship, lost at sea forever. Captain Croft was a true man of the sea. He was brave and a great sailor. The ocean was his home. He knew the waves like the back of his hand, thanks to years of sailing through storms and exploring new places. His crew trusted him with their lives. Croft loved the sea, but he loved his wife, Eleanor, even more. Before every trip, he'd give her a special seashell, a little piece of the ocean he sailed on, a reminder of his love. Eleanor kept each shell, a memory of his voyages and her love for him. Weeks turned into months, and still no word from the Sea Serpent. Eleanor started to feel a deep worry. Her hope began to fade. The seashells, once symbols of love, now reminded her that her husband was gone. She stared at the ocean, her heart heavy with sadness. The waves, once calming, now sounded like a sad song. She couldn't even sleep, with nightmares of shipwrecks in the deep ocean. After the Sea Serpent disappeared, everyone talked about the Bermuda Triangle. Sailors with worried faces whispered stories about strange things that happened there. Ships vanishing, compasses going crazy, sudden storms. Some said it was magnets, others said it was sea monsters or underwater volcanoes. Some even said it was magic sirens, ghost ships, or doors to other worlds. Nobody knew for sure, and that made the Bermuda Triangle even more mysterious and scary. While others whispered, Eleanor never gave up hope. She loved her husband and believed he was still alive. She wanted answers. She talked to sailing experts, old sailors, and looked at maps and ship logs. She wrote letters to everyone she could think of, asking for news about the Sea Serpent. She was desperate, but she never stopped looking. Years later, Eleanor went to an old tavern by the docks. There, she met an old sailor, his face covered in wrinkles from years at sea. He seemed to know something when she told him her story. He listened carefully, looking at the seashell in Eleanor's hand. He told her what happened to the Sea Serpent. He saw it caught in a terrible storm worse than any he'd ever seen. A giant wave crashed over the ship, pulling it under the water. The old sailor's story was sad, but it finally gave Eleanor some peace. She knew what happened to her husband. The sea he loved had taken him. She was heartbroken, but she also felt a sense of calm. She went back to the shore and put the seashells back into the ocean. They weren't just reminders of her husband being gone anymore. They were reminders of a love that even the ocean couldn't take away. The story of the Sea Serpent reminds us how powerful and unpredictable the ocean is. It's a beautiful but dangerous place. Most of it is still a mystery. The ocean connects us all, with stories of adventure, love, loss, and exploration. It reminds us that life is short and nature is powerful. The Sea Serpent made the Bermuda Triangle even more famous as a dangerous place. Even with today's technology, it's still a mystery. Scientists have ideas like magnets or underwater explosions, but nobody knows for sure. The Bermuda Triangle reminds us that some things are still unknown, and there are forces in the universe we may never understand.